Hi, I'm Vi Wickham, and this is Honest SEO Basics brought to you by the Get Listed program and Social Edge social media training. Why would you buy pay-per-click advertising? It's a very good question. The question really amounts to what's good about pay-per-click advertising, and when does it make sense to buy pay-per-click? So pay-per-click advertising has the advantage of being immediate. And when I say immediate, it's not immediate. But when I create an ad group and post it to Google, within 48 hours, and very often within a couple hours, the ad group will be approved and will be showing on Google. So if I have money to spend on advertising with Google or with Bing, I can have an immediate response. So pay-per-click is an immediate response medium. So as soon as I buy a keyword, that ad will show. So that's one thing that is great about pay-per-click, and it gives you an immediate response. So that's one reason to buy pay-per-click advertising, is because you want an immediate response. You want it to respond now. You don't want to wait for search engine optimization, or content marketing, which is a long-term game that takes months and years of building up to get your money back. You want to start making your money back now. So, if you want to start making your money back now, Google AdWords or pay-per-click advertising, Bing ads, is something to consider. It's something to consider investing in. Another thing that pay-per-click advertising is great for is testing landing pages or testing ads against each other to see what actually resonates with your customers. So a great element of pay-per-click advertising is I can test two different titles against each other, or I can test two different landing pages against each other to see which one converts better. So converting means turning a visitor into a customer, or converting somebody who clicked on your ad into somebody that bought a product or became a lead for you. So pay-per-click allows me to do that instantaneously. It allows me to generate traffic and see those side by side. And, over a short period of time, if I have enough money to run the test, I can see which of these landing pages works better for that keyword. So testing is another great thing about pay-per-click advertising. Another great thing about pay-per-click advertising is once you've done the testing, you're going to have to put in some time. You're going to have to put in some optimization effort on a weekly or monthly basis to weed out non-productive traffic or keywords that you didn't want to be showing for that you were, et cetera, et cetera. You're going to have to put in some money on the front end, some time on the front end, some effort on the front end to improve the efficiency of your campaigns. But provided you do that, it is really awesome at producing a consistent return on your money. So we've put in the time, we've put in the effort, and now we're at a point where for every dollar we put into Google AdWords or into other pay-per-click advertising medium, we get $2 or $3 in return as margin dollars. Because when we're looking at return on investment, margin dollars are what matters. And once we've got that return and we're making positive return on our investment, then we're at a point where Google can scale. And up to a certain level, we can scale those same results by increasing our budget. So, say we get to the point where for $100 in, we get $200 out. And we can look in AdWords and it'll tell us right now we're buying 25% of the available traffic on those keywords. So then we can say, well, this is returning a positive return on our investment. Let's ramp it up to spending $200. And when we do that, we will see how well did that scale. Now, provided that we increased our budget and we didn't increase our bids, we should have a similar rate of return on that money. And so the next month when we come and look and say, we spent $200, did we get $400 back? The odds are, at that point, going from 25% of traffic to 50% of traffic, we probably got about the same rate of return, so we turned that $200 into $400 this month. So that's another, realm of, scaling can be something that AdWords can be very good at, provided that we are paying attention to our return on investment. Another word you'll hear thrown around is return on ad spend. Now, the thing that you really need to be cautious of is a lot of advertising companies will look at return on investment or return on ad spend as just dollars in versus dollars out. And you and I both know that as a business person, when you sell a product for $10, that you're not making $10 in profit. You're probably making $3 or $4 at most in profit. So if you're returning, $2 for every dollar you spend, know that you might need to return $4 or $5 for every dollar spent before you're really in the positive, before you're actually making margin dollars positive. So positive margin dollars is a real way to look at return on investment, return on ad spend, and that's really an important metric for you as you look at AdWords. So looking at pay-per-click advertising, I use AdWords sometimes synonymously with pay-per-click because it's so the dominant pay-per-click advertising model. Usually I'll set up AdWords first and then I'll scale it into Bing Ads once I've got the kinks worked out. But as far as Google AdWords goes, as far as pay-per-click advertising goes, it's great on returning, a response immediately. It's great at testing, and it's great that you can, once you work it out to get a positive return on investment, then you can scale it up. And you should scale it up carefully because you don't want to waste your money and you don't want to throw good money after bad. Those are some things to think about with Google AdWords, with pay-per-click advertising. Those are some things that pay-per-click advertising is good at. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've learned something. Let me know if you have questions in the comments below. Have an awesome day. I'll see you next time.